Fantastic idea. You're gonna absolutely love it. It's called the Weather Shield. I know that time has come, right? You're getting frost on the windows, you're getting the sleet, maybe the snow. Well, take a look. Here's the old way we used to do it, right? Is that not the most treacherous, awful thing you ever want to wake up to? Look, and then it breaks, and then it's stuck on the windshield wiper, and then you break the wiper blade, which is like 40 or 50 bucks to replace. Why do that when you can do this? Watch, get up in the morning, and simply expose a clean, dry, pristine windshield. Wouldn't that be nice? And get on your way without having to wait for the defroster to go on, and then you get a little hole like this big, right? And you drive in a little hole like that.
Like
Akos is here.
Yes.
Akos here, everybody.
I come from the Great White North, and that's what we do. A little submarine hole in the window.
That's it, right?
Put the defrost on it. Another good way is to empty the entire windshield wiper fluid onto the windshield.
Onto the windshield.
And that doesn't do anything but make the ice turn blue, because the ice is not melted and the white. You've been there, right?
Yeah.
Or what if you come out from the mall? You know, one thing we used to do is snow. I used to get my arm, right?
Right.
And I'm silly enough not to have gloves, so I've got an arm like this, and I go, that doesn't work. The ice is still there. So I did my fingernails. That's always good. You get your fingernails in there. Or my brother, he got his credit card out. We're Christmas shopping, the 2 o'clock, 24th in the afternoon. We had plenty of time. So what we did is he's out there, you know, scraping it with his credit card. I didn't say anything because I figured my brother, if he breaks his credit card, that might be a good thing.
Right.
Have we all done that? Well, forget that nonsense. You need the Weather Shield. Now, the Weather Shield is cool. First of all, let me show you the features. It has 4 6-inch by 6-inch pockets at each corner. And inside the pocket, there's a super magnet. And the magnet locks it down to the metal of your car. That's number one, feature number one. Feature number two, there's these flaps. These flaps go between the window and the door, so it locks and loads the Weather Shield, so even in a big wind, that's an improvement. We didn't used to have that. Even in a big, huge wind, or prevent somebody from stealing it, we've got that. So feature number three, we've changed the inside. This material, that's a good reflection angle. It's not silicone, but it's sticky like that, so it sticks to the windshield surface really well, so even moisture, even fog, and all that kind of stuff's not gonna get down there. Feature number four, it's got a bag that's sewn in. Now, I've sewed it in this year because I thought people are losing the bag, so I said, you know what, we'll make an attachment to it. So now the whole thing fits in a little parcel like that. And when you come out in the morning, instead of scraping, instead of breaking, here's what you do. You peel the windshield, the Weather Shield down, and your windshield's dry, bone dry. No fog, no wind, no ice, no snow, no wet, no nothing.
No leaves, no sticks, no twigs, no branches.
And it's safer that way.
Yeah.
Come on over, I want to show you the colors we got here, because we got 3 different colors. The last time you and I were here, we had like 9.
I know,
they
go
3.
Well, let me just tell you that we were able to get in. We reordered some. We couldn't get all of them in, but we got some really great colors.
Yeah,
it
the
really
best ones, actually.
Doesn't matter what color you get. They work on any car. It's personal taste. But we have it in the purple.
Yep.
We have it in the
snow
leopard, and then we have it in the red.
I got you back here,
and yeah, thank you, buddy. And you're gonna love these. Now listen. Here's a big reason you want to buy them. Obviously, it's the time of year for them, right? Although I consider them all year, because when it's fall, I don't want leaves down tucked into my car either.
That's awesome.
So you use them all year. But here's why: the snow is coming. It's snowing up in New England. It's snowing out west. It's cold. It's getting colder everywhere. And even if you don't have snow, you get moisture and condensation that turns into ice overnight, right? Everybody gets frost. In Florida, we get frost. It was in the 30s here in some parts of Florida
30s
earlier in the week. So this is what you want to do. You want to go out and put it on your car before you go to bed at night. You want to put it on your car, and it goes on in 30 seconds, literally.
Throw it on your car.
When you go to the mall, please don't come out of a parking mall with a cart full of packages and a purse and sit there and try to get in your car and scrape your car while you got all that stuff laying around, because you are just waving a flag saying, come steal my stuff from me. Do this.
Isn't he cute? 30's cold. I got buddies in Minnesota right now. What is it, -20 out there? They got their first winter blast.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, I put the vortex, the polar vortex is forming now. You can see it. You're going, oh, that looks like -30 to me. Now, I come from the Great White North, and let me tell you something, this is a godsend. And for gifts for people, are you kidding me? Think about everybody who has gifts for, because what are you gonna get for this kind of money? I mean, not very much. People are gonna love you for it. They're gonna use it all year round. So get it for the soccer coach, get it for the piano teacher, all those people in your life, you wanna give something that's really kind of valuable to them, they could really use, and it didn't cost you too much. A couple of more things I wanna show you. First of all, this here we covered, let's get the snow out of here. We covered, made it it launch longer. So the windshield wipers are here. It goes way past your windshield wipers. This is really important because don't be, I always tease my brother, don't be like my brother. He has one of these Jeep things, you know, these.
Yeah.
It's the, you know, he bounces around like this when we drive.
Right.
And he's got a windshield like that. So what he does, he goes, oh, I got the perfect solution because we live in the Great White North. He puts the windshield wiper blades in this position.
Oh, he leaves them up.
That?
Yeah, so they won't freeze.
So now they're frozen in that position.
I know.
So
I've seen
going
that.
on like this, like you can't even break. Don't do that. And by the way, this is really serious. Always protect your windshield wiper blades because what people don't realize when the ice forms here, it freezes the windshield wiper blade to the windshield. And you know what I did? I had that Volkswagen Beetle. I had 3 Beetles growing up.
Yeah.
And one of the things, I go, oh, that's no problem. I dump the weather, you know, the whole wet fluids onto the windshield. It's all blue now. And I go, I got to turn it on now because that's going to work. I turn it on. It's stuck.
Yeah.
Turn it on some more out here. That was my windshield motor braking because it didn't have the power.
Won't move.
Don't cover it up over there. So we've improved it also so it covers up the windshield wiper blades. That's going to be really a godsend for you too. And I know what you're saying because I always tell the story when I sell this is I was in college, right? I was in college and my Volkswagen Beetle. And that was the years where the windshield was right here, right in front of you. Ever seen that?
Yeah.
And that my car, we had to scrape the windshield on the outside. And you also had to scrape the windshield on the inside because you were so close to
we had Beetles too. We had a ton of Volkswagen. I think everybody did back then.
So of course I'm late for school. So I get in the car and I turn the heater on. And of course those Beetle heaters at those days were really great. It had a little hole like this, right? And I'm driving down, actually left. I actually didn't have time.
I don't think there was a fan. They just kind of radiated heat.
Little heat, radiated heat.
Yeah.
So I'm looking out the portal of the windshield. I get to the stop sign. All of a sudden, ching, ching, ching. It's a police officer. I couldn't roll the window down because it's frozen, so I opened the door. I go, He goes, are you kidding me? You're driving down the road looking through, what is a submarine you're driving? You can't. He gave me a ticket. I don't know what was worse, my father when I got home trying to explain that to him, or the ticket I had to do. Well, so here's what you do. Put the weather shield on. By the way, I want to show you, big cars, little cars. The reason there's 6-inch pouches here, because if it's SUV, it's got 24 inches of play. So you can have a really big car or a real little car. In fact, my car is a little car here. I fold it back. So here's a little tip for you, because I was reading some of the reviews. Fold it back and you can lock it like that. You can hear the magnet. You hear the magnet? It locks it down there. And it won't scratch your car because it's all padded here.
It's
so
inside,
it just locks it down here. And then you take the flap, okay? By the way, the flap actually holds it too. Just get me the magnets. Put the flap, put it right here, put it right inside. So I'm gonna take it. Oh, guy, you gonna do that there? Yeah. Lock it down? Okay, lock it down. So now, inside. The wind, people trying to come up and trying to steal it, nothing like that. It's gonna lock it down. And here's what you do. You come out of the mall, instead of scraping, instead of breaking, you peel it back, you throw it in the trunk, and there you go. And by the way, I want to show you some of the size. This is what it looks like in your trunk.
I would leave it in the trunk or even in the little sliding panel in your door.
I have my car, this car, right now in this car, it's a 2001, it's an old car. I have a map behind my cars. This car is so old, they had maps. You know what I mean? I have a map there in the seat. And you know, I put it back there. I don't even know what the map's for anymore. I've never actually touched the map in a few years, but you can store it behind your car seat. You can store it in the trunk and the glove compartment of the car.
It's such a great thing to have it, because especially as we said, you're totally beating the system when you get these things, and people will be envious of you. They'll be like, wow, that's really smart.
That's cool, huh?
And they'll try to put a bed sheet out there, and that won't work. And they'll try to put a towel out there.
It froze the bed sheet right to the windshield, too.
And the towel will soak up the water, and it won't work. And then you'll have to get the towel off the windshield and scrape that off as well.
Man.
Don't do it. Get the one that's made perfectly. Right, you see John utilizing it just a second ago.
His wife there.
That might be his wife, right. And you see, this is all season, so even when there's leaves out, I noticed you have some leaves in your car, by the way, as well. You got this little debris in the car.
In Florida,
but if you want to be able to take care of that, you can do that. We have it in purple, we have it in snow leopard, and we have it in red. The price today is ridiculous. For almost half price. It used to be $30 now. It's $17.95. So you can almost get 2 for what you used to get 1 for. If you know somebody that you have to get a Secret Santa gift for, or it's a great gift because it's unisex. Both men and women drive cars, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're going to be traveling anywhere up north, you know, because maybe you say, I don't get snow on my car. Well, still, you need to protect the windshield from the other things, sleet, rain. Plus, it doesn't just need to snow. If it rains and then it turns to ice, good luck. And you remember the old way. Akos will show you this.
Scraping.
Look at this. This is no fun.
This is the old one right here.
It's a heck of a way to wake up.
I love the fact that we were filming it, and she actually breaks it while she's doing it.
I know, that's the best.
That's the best part. And listen, Who has time in the morning to scrape the windshield? Really, do you have time in the morning? You got the kids running around. You got the lunches to make. You know, you got the life to get organized. You don't have time to go outside and scrape the windshield. This is way easier. And if you did like I used to do, like I live on a farm. You know, I'm a farmer. You know, we have 24 horses.
I can see you out on the farm.
Cats and stuff. I got a donkey on there. Yeah, I do.
Has a donkey.
And you know what happens in the Great White North, right? I wake up, I go, oh, look at all that ice. So I'd run outside in my stocking feet, turn the car on, run back. And I'd grab the coffee and I'd watch it. That's gotta work. That's really inexpensive too, by the way, to run your car for an hour.
Yeah,
who has time for that?
You're not wasting gas
at all. Put this on there. And get this for gifts. I'm seriously. My mom was a gift-giving genius. Seriously, here's what's gonna happen. In 30 days is Christmas, right? And what happened, we'd always forget somebody. You know, Cousin George would come over with his kids, and then we'd go, oh my goodness. Did anybody get anything for Cousin George? We'd all look at each other. My mom would go to the closet where she'd have 5 things just like this wrapped already. She used to hand it to us and say, give this to George. I go, what is it? You'll see. She gift-giving genius because
my mom used to do that.
This is one of those things you can give to anyone.
My mom used to do it.
Everybody has a car.
Yeah, my mom would take like food, little things like chocolates that you could give to anybody.
Yeah, anybody.
And she'd wrap like 6 of them just in case. Because at my house, you know, and we had an Uncle George, and he would show up with Aunt Jean. But you'd have even like some of my brother's buddies who were friends with the family. They would just show up sometimes.
They show up.
And if they show up and you got nothing for them, you feel kind of funny because they usually bring a bottle or something like that. And you're like, oh, well, look, I got you something. And in that case, it's really not about what you're giving them. They just want to have a gift.
They want to have a gift.
And when they open this and they say, what is this? And you go, dude, you'll never have to scrape a windshield again.
Never have to scrape a windshield.
That's a huge gift, brother.
I have a friend named Chris who used to call me around the corner. He used to live in Kingston. A good hockey town. And you know, he just goes, hey, what you guys doing? Eating cabbage rolls? I go, yeah. He goes, where are you, in Kingston? He goes, no, I'm in your driveway. Can I come in? You know what I mean? You'd forget about a guy like this. Get a gift like that, and it's so practical. One more thing I want to say. There's another one on the market I saw that has sticks in it. Like hockey sticks. I think to myself, first of all, I don't like the scraper because where do I put the scraper when I'm not using it?
Right.
In the back seat and wet and stuff. Why would I put 2 hockey stick type things in there? This is the best solution because it's so small. So you can put this anywhere. I mean, the pouch is built right into it. So for example, when you're taking it out, you pop it right in the pouch just like that, right? So you can put it away. It's really practical and adorable. This is the snow leopard one, by the way. This is kind of a cool item because it also gives your car some character, right? Get in the morning, peel it off. That's it. That's all you got to do. And by the way, I wanted to tell you something because I'm in the Great White North and it's obvious that maybe you haven't experienced this guy.
Bro, I'm from New England. You know,
I'll let you off the hook. I thought you were from Florida.
Up there. No, I'm a Connecticut boy.
Okay. So you know what happens, right? I want this phenomenon I never understood, and I used to live right on the border there in the Great White North, as north as you can go in this country. And I'm thinking to myself, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a glorious morning, and there's an inch of ice on my windshield. I go, how did that get there? Like, it didn't even snow last night. You know what it is? You know how you golf at the summertime, you got that dew in the morning on the grass?
The morning dew.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens in the winter, except it's not beautiful dew on the grass. It's ice on your windshield.
Let me tell you this. This is a true story. We all, when we were kids, we used to ski in Vermont. That's where we go. We drive to Vermont. My father, we had a big mobile home up there. My dad would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, have his coffee, and he would go out and we had a big old Blazer. He'd go out and start the car. He would leave it running for 45 minutes before we got in the car to go to the ski area.
That's very inexpensive.
Because he was like, well, he wanted the car to be warm, but that's not really what he didn't care about our comfort. He wanted that windshield to be defrosted.
Of course.
And that's why he did it. I want you to think about that amount of time, 30 to 45 minutes. A lot of people do that, especially up in New England, especially in, up where you live. If you don't get that car started in the morning, you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be battling the ice.
There are some days, you guys are not going to believe me, we have to plug our cars in.
Oh, yeah, remember that, too.
Because if you didn't plug the block heater in the car, a month from now, you wouldn't be able to start it because it froze your oil. That's how cold it got. So when it snowed and ice, that's some serious stuff. I used to visit a city called Winnipeg. We used to call it Winterpeg. I mean, it hit -52. It was the kind of, you breathed it and your nose froze together. That's how kind of cold it was. So you got it. I'm sure you don't live in a place like that, but if you're going shopping in the mall, you're coming out, wouldn't you want to have this on your car? Wouldn't you want to have this to protect it from the ice and the snow and the rain and the sleet and all that kind of nonsense? So you can just peel it back. It's waterproof. It's not going to retain water. You can fold it up in its little pouch, just like Kelly's doing there. That's our buddy John.
He got some snow in his hair there, too, didn't he?